We've been asked to restore a 2006 F350 that hasn't moved in over 10 years. After a brief phone call with the owner, we know it doesn't run and that he's really concerned it's too far gone. So we're heading over there now to take a look and to see just how far is too far gone.
We're gonna have a lot of fun today, stick around. I'm telling you, we're gonna go play in the dirt, make some mud pies, and get it on.
I'm Jamie Buchanan, and I've been a full-time professional auto detailer for over 32 years. I've been paid to detail and restore everything from fighter jets to multi-million-dollar cars. Any of your buddies want you to come pick them up if you had that thing. To some of the nastiest, dirtiest jobs that no one else in the world would even touch. Oh, God almighty. Now I'm here to bring you pro-level tips, tricks, and advice from professionals in the detailing industry worldwide. But here's the deal. You need to hit the like and subscribe. It's something that your mother would really want you to do.
Good morning.
Morning, Mr. Jared. How are you?
Doing well. How about yourself?
Great. Loving the weather, man. Good. Man.
You could have picked a better day.
Yeah, for sure.
But I appreciate your time coming out here to take a look at the truck. Like I said, I've had a couple people try to come out here and kind of give me more of a bad news on restoring the body of the truck. And either they say I need a whole repaint.
Yeah.
Or it's too much work for them to do, or they say I'm dreaming, and that kind of thing.
Wow.
So it's been sitting for over 10 years in this spot. So the truck has just over 70,000 miles on it.
No miles, man.
And I blew up 2 turbos, EGR coolers, and that kind of stuff, pulling that very large living quarters trailer I have parked down here.
Yeah.
And ever since the truck blew up, that trailer's been sitting there as well. So that's my next project. But it was used pretty much to travel the country, doing therapeutic riding clinics and horse rehab clinics and that kind of thing for people. And it was about the time the economy took a dive and, people holding on to money and that kind of thing. So I had to do a little bit of change. But at that time, the truck took a fall and it's been here ever since. My neighbor next door recently passed away, and he used to help me with the farm. It's a very important person in my life. He was more of a father figure, which I've never had, and it was kind of unexpected. But our plan was together, because he was in the truck with me the day that this thing blew.
Yeah.
And he was so close to me. We made a big plan list of what we're going to do to this truck and rebuild the truck.
Right.
So kind of a father-son kind of rebuild, but it didn't happen that way.
Right.
But I looked to him just about as close as a father could be. It's kind of been sad for it sitting here so long and seeing it deteriorate. Yeah. So my project goal for this truck is try to restore the outside to keep the life of the truck that it's gone through, there without really destroying the interior of the truck. Yeah. But underneath the whole drivetrain, everything but the tube axles is going to be custom and everything else. So I've had a custom engine built for the truck and been waiting on that for a year and a half. There's a towing transmission by another company for this truck that was custom made. Yeah. And I just took delivery of the engine. This engine's been a year and a half in the making. Kill Devil Diesel built this engine for me. And it wasn't just a crate motor, this is a custom engine. This is ported heads. This is forged rods, coated pistons. We have a deep sump pan that's going to be feeding our turbo directly instead of more of through the baffle of the basically the oil cyclation of the engine. But the internals of the heads are one of Kill Devil Diesel's design, so they're going to move a lot more fuel and a lot more air. And the towing capacity for the truck and the torque and the transmission build should make things run nice and smooth. Warren Diesel built this transmission for towing and just knew the size of this trailer, how far the truck does travel,
Yeah.
dealing with a lot of mountains and that kind of thing. So they built a very strong towing package for this truck with a billet converter, and this will handle just about anything. It can, tow, pull out, and everything else. So this is going to be the legs of the truck. Have the heart over here. Here are going to be the legs. This took about 9 months for them to build this one.
Really?
Because they wanted to go through all the specs of what this truck was going to go through, what tunes and equipment is going to be on the truck. So in coordination with Kill Devil Diesel, they're getting the engine specs, the mods that are going on top of the engine, and then they designed the transmission.
That's
And
good.
so
There's no weak link
there's
then.
nothing that's going to be weak.
No weak links whatsoever.
Yeah, new heart, new legs, and new shiny body.
Yeah, but
We're bringing it back.
everything is going to match, I assure you.
Yeah. Over the past year, I've had a couple guys come out and take a look at this, mobile services, and they on the phone say, yeah, no problem, can do this and everything else like that.
Yeah.
And I was like, great, come out, take a look at the truck, and then they get here and their whole demeanor changed.
Yeah, I bet.
And
I
I'm kind
bet.
of like, man, that was a lot. And so big of a letdown. But it's just, I wanted to try, and found you online. Looked like a very reputable restorer. And I can't thank you enough for your time coming out, at least taking a look at it, and getting your thoughts on what we can recover, what you think is, if there's anything hopeless I just need to be aware of, and kind of go from there. There are a couple of spaces that the truck took body damage to. I'd like to get that kind of tuned up and just to make the outside best it can. But it's kind of strange. Restoring the paint, to me, is part of the truck.
Yeah.
If I stripped it and had to repaint the truck, I feel like I'm losing part of it.
Of course.
Okay?
Of course.
So that's what my goal is here. Keep a memory of the truck, but not change it completely.
I got
And the
that.
outside and the inside is what people see. They're not going to see anything under the hood or anything like that.
Right.
So the life of the truck is the vision
Exactly.
and seeing the truck.
Exactly.
So you're welcome to take a look at it, and I'll be glad to answer any questions you have.
Okay.
I will tell you some of the doors stick because they haven't been open in a while.
Okay.
The rubber gaskets have to be replaced and all that kind of stuff. I would love this truck to be almost above showroom quality as possible on the outside. I know that's a bit of a dream.
Yeah.
Okay. From what we have right here, but we all get to have dreams, right?
Right.
So
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with your professionalism of what you think you can get done with the truck, and kind of go from there.
Awesome.
So it's all in your hands. If you're willing to take on this project.
This is what I love.
Okay.
I like the big jobs. And I like it where it's kind of like a lot of people have said there's no hope, right?
Yep,
That's where
absolutely.
we come in, and
Yep.
what a lot of people don't understand is the dirt actually preserves the paint
Yeah.
because it blocks the UV rays from the sun, and
Yeah.
it blocks it, it sheds it, the light, right?
Even the moss.
It just rejects the heat, man. It rejects the heat so much. And look, I wish we could and fast forward for about a month, and then we're gonna come back and drop it off here, and then we're gonna bring you up and blindfold you or something and let you see it. You're gonna be like, you traded that. I know you traded it.
It's not my truck.
Yeah, because that's
You
exactly
found-
what it's gonna be.
You found a body and you switched it.
That's right. So I'm gonna look at this thing, man.
So one of the things that's really sad is this does have the King Ranch interior. The leather has just been sitting. It's not been conditioned, cleaned, or anything like that. So I'm not sure if that's going to be recoverable or not. you
Right.
know. It's not tearing or cracking or anything like that. It's still got some, texture to it.
Yep.
But I would love to be able to maintain the interior the way it is. That passenger seat was where David was sitting a lot of the time. So that was his chair. And I'd like to make sure that, I know he was in that seat.
Yeah. Man, these things are dry, but they're not brittle, which means they still have some lasting quality to them.
Yep.
We can really, really rehydrate that.
Okay.
and make those amazing. Oh my goodness. This thing here is gonna be just phenomenal.
And sorry about all the overgrowth, and some of these are sticker bushes, so you have to kind of watch yourself.
Yeah, I got a few. That's okay. That's okay.
All right.
Used to it. Can I get to the other side too?
Yeah, you have to get through some of this grass though. And you can see my tag on here. This is what basically my company was, and this is how I kind of live life as best I can. David thought this was the coolest tag. This was how we both kind of live. We take things in stride and do the best we can. But it also kind of played into the horses and all that kind of stuff. So I'm hoping that tag's still available when we re-register this truck.
Yes.
And
yes.
you know, can keep it on there, but it's hopefully will give the truck some good luck here.
Yeah, I agree.
Yep.
I agree, man.
I don't think there's any snakes out here, but if you get bit or something like that, I
know you can save my life, so I'm not too worried.
Yep.
And I'm always real precautious when I'm looking because we found all kinds of stuff before.
Yeah, and you can see the vines growing up inside that truck and a nice wasp nest on both sides of that door.
I noticed that up here.
Yeah, on the opposite side right behind you. Nothing's active at the moment, so.
We're gonna leave that be.
All right.
Seen enough.
Yep.
You're just gonna be so amazed. I just can't tell you. I don't want to set the expectation too high.
Yeah.
But I've done so much of this that you can tell right out what you have. And like you still have something.
Okay.
I mean, no exaggeration. You still have something, and it's gonna be. I'm excited.
I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Thanks for the time. Yes, sir. I'll get it. I'm going to get somebody to come and pick it up. Do you have the keys, or are they in it?
I left them in the center console, or it's in the little glove box that's right next to the steering wheel. But
okay.
Batteries are dead.
Okay.
But you should be able to unlock the steering, and
okay.
I believe this thing will roll. I don't think anything's locked up or anything like that.
Yeah. Yeah. Good deal.
All right. Well, I appreciate it. Thank you for your trip.
Yes, sir, man. Have a good day. After looking the truck over with Jared, I've got a good feeling for the job at hand, and I feel confident in my abilities to bring this thing back to life. I've given the tow truck driver the all clear to pick it up, and now it's fingers crossed that this old girl will roll out of her grave. You can look at the body. There's no rust on the bottom of the body or the pinch weld down here. There's no rust anywhere. This truck is solid. And yeah, that got me. I was not expecting that. We're going right beside my big building where we always put them ones for the show. We're going right there, and it's wide open for you, okay? Now that we've got the truck back to the shop, it's time to dive in. However, to be fair, I need to make something very clear. This is not a job for most people watching this video. And the difference between being able to recover the paint and destroying this paint, look, it's a razor thin line. Now, if you remember, there were two detailers that Jared said had came and look at the truck. One of them charged him a substantial amount just to come and look at it. They told him that this truck was beyond repair and that this thing was a total loss. Now, to be honest, look, I've been doing this work for over 30 years. Now, I got every trick, every tool, every chemical on the planet at my disposal, and I even had some concerns about the outcome of this thing. Now, the reason this is a very razor-thin line, we actually buy all our chemicals in 55-gallon drums, and they're super concentrated. We actually have a dilution machine that breaks all of these chemicals down, but on this paint, I'm actually gonna be using it full strength. We're only gonna be letting this sit on here for seconds, not minutes. We don't wanna burn the paint, we don't wanna etch the paint, we don't wanna mess anything up. That's why saving this paint is so hard to do unless you have experience in using these chemicals and tools in this short amount of time. With that being said, and we've got all that out of the way, you know that I'm gonna be linking below all the chemicals and all the tools. Now look, the professional chemicals that we use, I won't be able to send those links because you can't get them. I am going to link an alternative down below that I know and trust that you can use in situations like this. I can't wait to get started, so let's go do it. Oh, it does open. I'm kind of surprised that the bed opens up. Wow, man, just wow. Let me go grab us a trash can. I think that's gonna be helpful. But wow. There we go. She's ready to be washed and pressure washed. So I think we've actually dropped this thing off from the tow truck and it's actually back into the gravel. I don't think I'm gonna be able to get the jack up under it, so I'm gonna have to get the tow motor and pull the truck up about 6 foot so I'll have solid to put my jack stands and my jack on. So I'm gonna go get the fork truck and the strap so I can pull this thing up a little while. Yep. It's amazing. I have to use my left hand on the next one. That was my right arm. So I think we're kind of okay where we are. So I'm gonna let it down pretty easy. We'll see if we're close, right? Yeah, buddy. We're all off the ground. We're all out the way. Okay. Okay. Going to get my impact gun. I actually got the socket and the extension. I got everything. I'm ready to take this thing apart, set all the wheels off so we can clean it up. It's actually a funky size too. It's actually a 21 and a half. 21 and a half, so we don't have to be super careful, but we still have to protect the customer's investment, right? So I'm gonna take care of the caps first, if I can. Nope, I get stuck. I need something special to get in there. I need something weird, right? Dang. Well, what the world's up with that? What's this? What's this thing? It's gonna work like a champion. Learned something new today. Good gracious. I've never in my life had a set of wheels that was this hard to get off. We used everything but the freaking kitchen sink to get them son of a guns off. But after using my phone a friend lifeline, I managed to break the wheels free. Nice, boys, nice. Now it's on to cleaning the undercarriage and the truck bed. So I actually have us a bucket of soapy all-purpose. What I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna take my bucket up in here with my brush. I'm gonna splash that around and just kind of rub it around some. And then I'm gonna get my ladder and my hot water pressure washer and we're gonna wash out the bed good. So guys, as you can see, we have all of our wheels and tires off the dually and we got them lined up and we're ready to clean. I've got my bucket full of all the products and the tools that I buy to use here at my shop. So if you can see, it's pretty simple. I have my bug pad, I have my wheel woolly, I have my lug nut brush, I have just a regular green bristle tire brush, then I have a brass bristle brush for the white letter tires, and my grit guard is actually down inside the bucket. Then on the outside, I'm gonna have P&S's Mag Wheel Plus acid wheel cleaner. I have my Black Magic white wall cleaner. Then I actually have P&S's all-purpose cleaner. But now during the video, you're gonna actually see a long coil hose that's full of all-purpose cleaner because that's one of the biggest products we use, and we actually buy it in 55-gallon drums. We dilute it, we use a big dispensing pump system that makes it much easier for us since we do so many cars. So let's get started. So the bleach white is for the white letters. Like you want to get them as white as can be, so you gotta have something that's going to clean those, okay? You gotta have something that's gonna agitate it to make it work and make it happen. And I like to use the brass bristle brush just because of the integrity of it and how stiff the bristles are, okay? And now, as you're gonna see, I'm actually using some pretty heavy wheel acid. We don't wanna smoke the wheel, so I'm actually gonna spray the wheel, wash the wheel, rinse the tire. But I need to brush my tire. Brushing the tire is really not even brushing the tire because the chemical is gonna do all the work, but I will brush some of it to let you see it, okay? Then we're gonna take the mag wheel cleaner and we're gonna lay it to it. Like, and you're gonna see it turn white and it's gonna get mad and it's gonna make this stuff just absolutely let go, okay? If it was a brand new set of aftermarket polished wheels, if it was a super duper new, nice set of wheels, I wouldn't use it because you do run the risk of putting a little haze on it, smoking it a little bit, something of that fact of nature. But these, as you can see, they're already pitted. The clear's already busting loose. You can see it all coming off now if you look. So we want to use something that's physically hard, that's gonna just bust this stuff loose and get it off, okay? So then we're going to actually rinse the whole tire off because if you remember, it's sitting in a field, so it's actually got some mud built up around it. As you can see, on a major transformation as we do, I really like to clean inside the tires as well because you can see actually how dirty these are. And it just makes the vehicle, right? It makes such a massive difference of cleaning everything properly, okay? I know you can see how dirty these are. So we actually use some really, really fine Scotch-Brite when you have it on the inside of the rim that needs to be clean, but it's not worried about having a little scratching effect. It's just about getting it clean. So we're gonna brush our tire. You wouldn't want to use this on the outside just because of the beautification process, and you don't want to put any kind of scratches on it whatsoever. This is just to get all the embedded dirt, brake dust, things of that nature off. And this is just going to help us clean this better for a better 3D effect, if you would say, because you're not going to see all of this inside, but you're going to see some of this inside. And a lot of this is baked on and eat up, right? So we definitely want to do a good job on cleaning it and making it work. As you can see, this one is completed. We're ready to go on there. Everything's great on the other side as well, so we're ready to move on to the inside wheel and tire of the dually. And as you can tell, it is a totally different finish than the other wheels. So don't expect this aluminum wheel to look like this aluminum wheel, okay? It's much, much different. Actually, this is a steel wheel where this is an aluminum wheel. So we got 1 down and we got 5 to go. So for those of you watching, they actually buy the same tire for all of the wheels. They actually put the white letters on the inside. You're not wanting to clean those on the inside. It draws attention to them inside. You can just wash the tire. You don't have to scrub the white letters. That way the truck looks clean underneath, but it draws no attention to the tires. So we're just gonna spray the tires as normal, but we're not gonna use the bleach white to clean the white letters on the inside of the tire. It's just wasting effort, time, and chemicals. So guys, as you can see, we just finished all 6 of our wheels, inside and out. Now we're gonna take our central pneumatic gun. We have some undercarriage chassis black paint made by Cleanup Supply. We're actually gonna be spraying it up underneath the truck to beautify the underneath side of this thing. So come on and see. So guys, we are finished up with lunch. We are back on to the action of cleaning this dirty truck. So what we're gonna actually do is pre-rinse everything down, and when you go to looking at the paint, you're actually gonna see that it was parked in the weeds beside of a dirt and gravel road. The sand and the dust is actually laying on top of the moss and the dirt that is actually on this truck. It's actually metal flake sand is what we call it. We're gonna do a heavy pre-rinse, then we're going to spray everything down and start washing, and you're gonna see the transformation happen right before your eyes. I have to say, this has been one of the most satisfying pre-rinses I've done in a while. Our hot water pressure washer really does a great job of cutting through the organic growth that's built up all over this thing. Now that the vehicle is rinsed down, we're going to apply a concentrated solution of P&S's all-purpose cleaner. We'll spray it generously over the surface and use a bug pad to scrub away any stubborn dirt or grime. While we've got the cleaner ready, we'll also tackle the door jambs as we work our way around the vehicle. The rubbers here are actually very, very vulnerable at the moment. They're so dry, they have so much on them. When you go to washing them, they're actually bleeding. You have to clean it to stop the bleeding and then moisturize it to hydrate it back to give it that original look. And as we were talking earlier, if you were to use the wrong chemical on this, you're actually gonna do more damage and not be able to fix it. You'll have to replace it. So stuff that you would buy at your local store is not gonna be able to clean satisfactorily like this will clean and preserve at the same time and not hurt it. As day turned to night, we ran out of light to work with. However, I couldn't be more impressed with how the truck is starting to come together. With a lot of elbow grease and the right chemicals, the progress so far has me really excited to see this complete transformation. Be sure to subscribe and turn on the post notifications so you don't miss the final reveal. In the next episode, we'll finish up the exterior before diving into the toughest part of this disaster detail, the interior. At first glance now, this interior doesn't look that bad, but these King Ranch leather seats, they are so dry that they feel like sandpaper and potato chips. Now, based on this type of leather that they're made from, I've got my work cut out for me to restore them back to their former glory. As always, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please drop a like and leave a comment. Look, it really helps us out and it keeps us motivated to create more content like this. And I'll catch you guys on the next one.